Men, on average, hate Valentine's Day. Who would have thought, right? A study done by NM Insight showed that male Twitter users are much more disgruntled about Valentine's Day than female Twitter users. Although women post more about Valentine's Day, men are much more negative about the holiday. The folks over at NM Insight sifted through 70,000 recent Valentine's Day tweets and saw that men were only positive 1/10 of the time compared to females being positive 1/5 of the time. Among both genders, the most commonly discussed Valentine's Day topic was that they didn't have a date. Interestingly enough, women were more apt to talk about getting a gift for their partner, and men were more apt to just bash the holiday. Lots of negativity, but men, you take the upper hand. But why do men hate Valentine's Day so much? Well, some men think of it as command performance, like show me you love me, or else. I mean, honestly, for a lot of men, Valentine's Day is an obligation, not really something that they look forward to. And that puts a lot of pressure on a guy, but if a guy doesn't show enthusiasm for Valentine's Day, that often leaves his woman really upset the next day. On Valentine's Day, a lot of working women expect flowers from their man delivered to their office. Sure, they make you feel special, they brighten up your cubicle, and hey, you get to show off to your female coworkers just how much your guy loves you. So what's wrong with that? Well, to your guy, a public flower display means competition and pressure from other men. Your coworkers might be getting flowers as well, and that just adds another unnecessary significance to the gesture. If an office mate of yours gets a larger bouquet, are you going to be upset? Did he not do a good enough job? Well, let's say he's not one to be outdone and he just pulls out all the stops and gives you the best Valentine's Day ever. You get the biggest bouquet, you get fancy jewelry, a string quartet at dinner, a ride on a unicorn. Who doesn't want to ride on a unicorn? And that's a home run right out of the park. That's a guaranteed win. Until next year when he has to outdo himself. And how do you outdo a unicorn ride? You may not think that he needs to outdo himself every year, but he might think that he has to. There's a risk that men will think that the stress and expectations aren't worth it, and that the women that are easier to make happy are the ones that they want to have a long-term relationship with. For a lot of men, Valentine's Day is the antithesis of what they actually feel that it means to be romantic. Antithesis, that's your word of the day. For me at least, romance is about the spontaneous expression of emotion and creativity and showing somebody that you care all throughout the year, not just focused on one central day. The problem with Valentine's Day is that there's no surprise, but there's all this pressure. And guys who are watching this, I just want to let you in on a little secret. Women, they don't need anything huge and fancy. They just want to be acknowledged. And if you're with a woman who expects like a day that took up multiple paychecks, maybe it's time for you to reevaluate your relationship. Sorry I had to break it to you this way. Homemade dinner or flowers or a homemade card, that should be enough to keep her very happy. But the question remains, how do you stop your man from having a Valentine's Day stress meltdown of epic proportions? Well, first off, don't, and I mean don't, say, oh sweetie, it's okay, we don't have to do anything for Valentine's Day, because I can guarantee you 99.9% of the time a little switch will go off in your guy's head and he'll think, wow, I had better make this day amazing. And that's probably not something that you want to do to him. But who knows, maybe you and your partner are completely fine with ignoring the Valentine's Day holiday. If that's the case, that is awesome. But for the rest of you, the trick is to come up with some sort of agreement that you guys both have to stick to. Say something like, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up and I would be completely okay if we just exchanged homemade cards saying what we loved about each other and a candy bar. If you tell a guy you don't want anything, he's programmed to believe that you're lying. But if you both agree to something small and heartfelt and cost-effective, you may be onto something. In Japan, it's women who give something to the men on Valentine's Day, and then men just return the favor on March 14th. My point is, Valentine's Day should not be a one-way street. Don't sit back and expect your man to cater to you. Do something meaningful for him as well. Most guys would love to get chocolate on Valentine's Day. You guys have any Valentine's Day plans? Leave them in the comments. And for those of you that don't have a date for Valentine's Day, so what? You don't need a date. You're not putting any unneeded pressure on anyone. Better than Valentine's Day are the days that follow with discounted candy, so you get to look forward to that. Unless you're a diabetic, in which case I just alienated my non-dating diabetic viewers. Sorry. So I'm eating these little candy hearts, and they have the ones like hug me and you and me and text me. Then they have this one. I hope. I feel that there should be more to that sentiment. Is that too much to ask?